I want to ask you something. When you scroll TikTok or Instagram Reels for 5 minutes, how many of those videos are from people you actually follow? Be honest. If your answer is almost none of them, that is not a glitch, that is not the platform being weird, that is a fundamental architectural shift in how the internet delivers content, and it happens so gradually that most business owners completely missed it. The strategy you were told to follow, build a following, post to your followers, grow your audience over time, that rulebook is out of date. The game changed, and today we are talking about what replaced it. Because the businesses that understand this first are going to have an advantage that their competitors cannot buy, and the ones that do not understand it are going to keep posting content into the void and wondering why nothing is working. Quick pause before we get into it. If you are building a business, running operations, or trying to grow without burning everything down in the process, subscribe now. This is not hype. This is not motivation. This is operator thinking, how real businesses actually work when the cameras are off. Welcome to Notebook of a COO. Let me be direct about what this episode is actually about. It is not about social media tactics. It is not about what to post, when to post, or which hashtag to use. It is about understanding a structural shift in how attention moves on the internet. And as an operator, when attention shifts, your business model has to account for it. The concept we are breaking down today is what some people, including Gary Vaynerchuk, have started calling interest media. And once you understand it, you cannot unsee it. It will change how you think about content, how you think about visibility, and how you think about reaching your ideal customer in 2026 and beyond. This one is important. Let's get into it. Here is the old model, the one most of you built your strategy around. Step 1, you create content. Step 2, your followers see it. Step 3, some of them engage. Step 4, over time, your audience grows and so does your reach. The core assumption underneath that entire model was this: distribution is controlled by relationships. You follow someone, you see their posts. That is what people called the social graph. And for a long time, that was basically how the internet worked. Facebook built an empire on it. Instagram did too, early on. Twitter, LinkedIn, your reach was determined by who you knew and who knew you. And for business owners, that meant one thing. You had to build an audience before you could reach an audience. You had to earn followers before those followers could do anything for your business. Then TikTok changed the architecture entirely. TikTok did not build on the social graph, they built on the interest graph. The interest graph does not care who you follow. It does not care how many followers you have. It asks one question: what are you interested in? And then it serves you content from anyone on the platform who matches that interest, whether you follow them or not, whether you have ever heard of them or not. Your For You page is not your network. It is your interest profile. And the moment that model started producing serious engagement, every other platform started copying it. Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, LinkedIn is doing it, even Facebook. The social graph is not dead, but it is no longer the dominant distribution model on the internet. Drop a comment right now if you have noticed that your feed is showing you content from accounts you have never heard of, because that is not a bug. That is the new architecture of attention, and it changes everything for your business. So what does this actually mean for your business? I want to break this down into 3 specific things operators need to understand about interest media right now. Let's get into it. Number 1. Your audience is no longer the gatekeeper to your reach. This is the most important shift, and I want you to really sit with it. Under the old model, reach required relationship. You needed followers to get seen, which meant you needed time and consistency just to build the audience before the audience could do anything useful for your business. Under the interest graph model, reach requires relevance, not relationship, relevance. If your content matches what someone is interested in, the algorithm will put it in front of them whether they follow you or not, whether they have ever heard of you or not, whether you have 100 followers or 100,000. Think about what that means for a small business owner. The playing field has never been more level in the history of media. A solo operator with a phone and a clear message can reach more of the right people in a week than a mid-sized company with a full marketing budget could reach in a year 10 years ago. That is not an exaggeration. That is the math of the interest graph. But here's the catch, and this is where most operators get it completely wrong. Relevance is not about you. It is about your audience's interest. Most business content is built around what the business wants to say. Here is our service. Here is our team. Here is our story. Here is a discount. Interest media does not reward any of that. Interest media rewards content that speaks directly to a topic someone is already curious about, already searching for, already spending time consuming. The shift is this. Stop thinking about what you want to post and start thinking about what your ideal customer is already interested in. Then build your content to meet them there. Number 2, interest is the new targeting. This is where it gets operational. In the old advertising model, targeting was something you paid for. Age, location, income bracket, browsing behavior. You built a customer profile and paid a platform to find people who matched it. In the interest graph model, the platform is already doing that, for free, based on organic content signals. If you run a home services business and you post a video about the 3 things homeowners never think about before winter hits, and it is genuinely useful and clearly delivered, the algorithm is going to find homeowners and put it in front of them. Not because you paid for it, because the interest signal matched. If you are in health and wellness and you create content around a specific struggle your ideal client has, something real, something they search at 11 p.m., the algorithm will find the people who have that struggle. This is what interest media means in practice. The algorithm is doing your targeting for you, but only if your content is built around a real specific interest. Broad content gets ignored. Specific content gets found. The operator who says, I want to talk to everyone, gets seen by no one. The operator who says, I am specifically talking to home service business owners who are the bottleneck in their own company, gets found by exactly those people. Drop a comment if you are currently posting content but not getting traction, because I want you to ask yourself honestly, am I talking to an interest or am I just talking about myself? Number 3, the playbook has changed. Most people are still running the old one. Here's where the opportunity actually lives. The majority of businesses right now are still trying to win the old game. They are trying to grow a following. They are measuring success by follower count and reach as if those numbers still mean what they used to mean. They do not. Under the interest graph, a creator with 800 followers who consistently produces highly specific content on one topic can outreach a brand with 80,000 followers posting generic content across 10 topics. The metric that matters now is not audience size. It is content relevance to a specific interest cluster. And here's the operator opportunity inside that. Most of your competitors do not know this yet, or they know it, but they do not know how to act on it. You can start building for the interest graph today, right now, without a big budget, without a massive team, without years of audience building behind you. What it requires is 3 things. First, a clear topic claim. What is the one conversation you are the authority on? Not 3 conversations, not 5, 1. The operators who win interest media own a specific topic, not just a brand name. You want the algorithm to know exactly what you are about so it can find the exact right people. Second, consistent volume. The interest graph needs signal. 1 post a week is not enough signal to establish a topic category in the algorithm's understanding of your account. The operators who win are producing consistent, frequent content on a specific topic so the platform learns what they are about and who to show it to. Third, format and platform alignment. Different interest clusters live on different platforms and in different formats. The audience for home services is not on the same platform consuming the same format as the audience for e-commerce founders. Part of understanding interest media is knowing where your specific customer's interest lives and meeting them there, not just posting where you are most comfortable. Here is where I want to land this. The shift from social media to interest media is not a trend. It is a structural change in how attention is distributed online. And structural changes do not reverse, they compound. The businesses that figure this out first will build visibility that their competitors cannot buy their way into. Because interest-based reach is earned through relevance, not budget, your action step is this. This week, before you post anything, I want you to answer one question. Not what do I want to say, but what does my ideal customer spend time looking up? Write that down. Build your next 5 pieces of content around that exact interest, nothing else. Watch what happens to your reach when you stop talking about yourself and start speaking directly to a topic your customer already cares about. That is the Interest Media Playbook, and it is available to every operator in this audience right now. No budget required, no following required, just clarity on what your customer is already interested in, and the discipline to consistently show up in that conversation. If this episode gave you a new lens for how you think about content and visibility, I want you to share it with one person who is still grinding the old social media playbook. Because there is a whole generation of operators working hard at a strategy the platform stopped rewarding 2 years ago, and most of them do not know it yet. Subscribe if you have not already. Leave a comment below telling me what topic you are going to own. I want to see what people actually pick because that tells me a lot about where operators are in their thinking. And if you want a real framework for turning content into an actual lead generation system, that is exactly what we are building inside the Operator Hub. The link is in the description. Wherever you are, that is exactly where you are supposed to be, but that does not mean you have to stay there. Until next time.